Tennessee's Wild Side is a presentation of the Jackson Foundation.
Hi friends, welcome to the Wild Side. I'm Steve Hall. Do you ever feel weary from work, tired of making mortgage payments or paying the rent, cringing from cold weather in the winter time, or maybe you're feeling crowded in your space by other people? Do you dream of getting away from it all? Well, we know of a woman from Tennessee who, together with her husband, decided to go for it, living on the wild side all the time.
Basically, the short story of us is we are a couple of ex-corporate America professionals who got sick of the rat race, so we decided to save our money, then spend it all, and buy a sailboat to travel the world together. This is Sailing Vessel Adventure Cruise. Come in.
A combined captain and first mate on her own sailboat was not Emily's first choice of a career.
The state estimates it'll cost about $200 million to clean up and close the site at Piney Point for good.
I was a former news reporter and news anchor.
Living on a sailboat wasn't exactly in her husband's plans either.
And I was in construction management, and at that time I was actually finishing a project down in Fort Myers, Florida.
But those days are behind them as Emily and Cole Cruz sail from port to port, paradise to paradise.
And now we're traveling all through the Bahamas. Last year was our first year, and we did 6,000 nautical miles on our boat. We did another 1,000 nautical miles on a different boat for a total of 7,000 nautical miles in 1 year, which was a huge accomplishment for people that had never sailed before.
Prior to their lives floating out on the open ocean, Emily had taken her communications degree from Middle Tennessee State University, left her family home in Columbia, Tennessee, which she proudly remembers as the mule capital of the world, and followed a TV trail that led her from Indiana to Florida. That's where she met Cole.
I was saying to him, which is kind of funny now because I didn't even know this guy, but I was saying, hey, it would be so cool to buy an RV. I was always contract-based with TV, so I wanted to take some time off, and I told Cole, hey, let's buy an RV, travel our country, and he says, yeah, that's cool. We could do 50 states in 52 weeks. But have you ever thought about sailing? And I grew up in Tennessee, so I never thought about sailing before, but we quickly started watching the mini sailing channels on YouTube, and I fell in love. I said, we could do this. I could document it. Like, hello, this is what I've done for almost a decade, and here we are now.
So this was not only a lifestyle choice, but a career change for both of them. Neither had any debt, both had savings. He sold his house, she turned her home into an Airbnb. They bought a boat and got their captain's licenses, all with a detailed plan. Finally, Emily and Cole Cruz were ready to settle into the sea, where they continued building their business with a unique name, the Adventure Cruise.
Anyone who tells you that you're gonna get rich quick working 2 hours a day is lying.
Good morning. We have a super special video for you today.
We're building out our brand and we take it very seriously, and the only thing that's different about us versus another entrepreneur is we're not sitting at your standard desk and we don't have a commute at the end of the day. When we get done with our work, we jump off in our backyard, which is our swimming pool, and we go diving or spearfishing or whatever the case may be. We go to the islands. So right now it is much more of a grind than we would hope for it to be, but we're doing something that we love and we're building something for us. So in our minds, it's all worth it.
As far as the production goes, I mean, I don't have any formal training of that. Prior to this lifestyle, I had only ever held a cell phone camera, really. So I came into this really with absolutely no knowledge, and Emily has taught me everything I know, and I feel like I'm pretty good at it now. And I really have enjoyed doing it. But when it comes to editing and really putting the story together and the storyline, it's 100% Emily.
And even on the vast Atlantic Ocean, hundreds of miles from Tennessee, it turns out it's still a small world after all.
All right, there she is, Blue Phoenix. Yeah, so actually, funny enough, The very first couple that we met once we got to the Bahamas was a husband and wife from Knoxville, Tennessee, Ken and Nancy, and we actually traveled with them for a while. Like they were really cool, and we keep up with them on social media and through text message now. Really cool, the fact that just the first people that we met was from Tennessee, right?
That's so crazy.
Oh look, YouTube's happening.
That's right. Hey, where are those guys?
Emily and Cole always seem to find adventure in whatever they're doing, even if that adventure includes bringing out multiple cameras and drones to capture it all for their next online production.
One of the biggest things for me is how impressed I am with my wife. Like, she has taken this lifestyle and just run with it. In fact, when we first started, she was not big on spearfishing or free diving, but now she geeks out on it. Like, this girl is going after world record fish with a pole spear, which is a very primitive way of spearfishing that you have to do here in the Bahamas.
It really is something that we absolutely love to do together. You know, we spend literally 24/7 and beyond together. I don't know how that's possible because there's only 7 days in the week, but we spend more time than that together, working and playing and sleeping and doing business together and traveling. So to be able to go and do something even when we're together all the time, that's just really special to us. So there's a 100-year-old shipwreck in the Bahamas. This is actually probably one of my new favorite memories. So Cole had the idea of going to gather firewood and pulling this up a ladder on top of this shipwreck to have a bonfire. And we had a bonfire on top of this 100-year-old shipwreck in the middle of the water, just the two of us. Like, it was so just simple but special.
Whoa, it's a mahi!
Oh no!
The mahi jumping out!
It's a mahi.
And sometimes even dinner comes with a side dish of adventure.
So yesterday we caught a really nice mahi-mahi while we were sailing. And gosh, I thought that this mahi-mahi was gonna be a world record, the way that it kicked my butt. Whenever you catch a fish while under sail, you can't just stop the boat. Like, this is the boat is essentially a freight train. Just can't be stopped. So you gotta try and turn into the wind and slow the boat down to try and fight this fish off the back of the boat. It was a monumental task to get this fish in, but we're actually getting ready to cook up some mahi-mahi fish sandwiches for lunch today on the grill.
Cole and Emily won't be the only ones enjoying fresh grilled seafood. There's a third passenger on this exciting voyage.
Dixie.
She's sleeping.
She's right here behind us.
Hi, you
So-
taking a nap?
Dixie will be 7 this year, and she is an Australian Shepherd, and she has become the best boat dog anyone could ever dream of. In fact, we see other sailors that are just in awe of how well she has adapted to boat life. And she absolutely loves it. She lays out here in the sun, she goes swimming, she loves
Gets
the
all
beach.
kind of exercise.
Yeah.
But life on the sea is not all blue skies and calm waters, or a complete escape from reality.
Yeah, this adventure is not easy at all. In fact, we always tell people it's the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. And, you know, there's really not much in between. Every day there's something breaking or something to be fixed or a new mess to clean up. I mean,
It's high risk, high reward. We've been in situations that can sometimes be scary. We've seen 65-mile-an-hour winds while at sea. Very scary, felt like it lasted a lifetime, but it only lasted about 4 minutes.
Yeah, maybe.
But then you get to this beautiful island that you can only arrive to by boat, and it's like, okay, that's the rewards.
It's the scary times when Emily and Cole can call on their faith.
what we found to be something that we truly enjoy is just going to all the different churches in the islands, and especially the remote islands. We were down in some of the most remote islands in the Bahamas for Easter last year, and we were actually only 2 of 9 people in this church service on Easter Sunday.
So we truly believe that this journey is blessed and that You know, I don't know exactly why we had it in our hearts to be on this journey, but we do, and we want to be a light in the world where we go and the people we encounter and meet along the way.
Well, hi guys.
Somebody call a cab?
Yeah, are you ready to be our tour guide?
Hop in.
All right.
But like too much of anything, constant crossing of the southern seas can challenge both mind and body. Emily and Cole have learned that even people who live on sailboats need a vacation now and then.
We've been on the boat for 365, which is actually something that we've learned in our first year is a little bit much. We were always moving every few days. I mean, there was a couple times where we were somewhere for maybe a week, but we were always dropping anchor, pulling anchor, moving to another island. I mean, that's why we bought a boat, is because we want to travel. We don't want to be stationary anywhere, but moving forward in year 2, we've definitely learned that 12 months is a little bit too much, so I think we're gonna do 9 months on the boat and take 3 months off for hurricane season, put the boat up somewhere, go do some land stuff, things that we miss out on when we're on the boat, and I think that's just going to make that love for the boat even stronger, because we did learn that too much of a good thing is still too much.
So, yeah, for sure.
We first learned about Emily and Cole from our friend Stephan Foust, former television news producer and retired communications professor from Middle Tennessee State University. We've also featured Stephan on our show with his book, A Leaf in the Stream, which chronicled the time he walked coast to coast across America. Emily was one of his students, so maybe his sense of adventure rubbed off on her. You're invited to our website, wildsidetv.com, to learn more about the Adventure Cruise, their YouTube channel, and the fact that they're also inviting other people to sail with them. And we'd like to thank Cole and Emily for the great video they shared with us to use for this story.